is trouble, you best beware. And though deep down, I know I might be headed for teardrops. Now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No, no. 'Cause I love you, baby. I can't let you go, baby. I gotta tell you that I won't. I've been looking for love so true. When I was down and out, along came you. Though you might be a liar and a cheat too, I just can't quit you now 'cause I love you. Yes, I do. I can't let you go, baby. I can't let you go, baby. 'Cause I love you, I love you, I love you. No, 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 no. Cause I love you, baby. No, 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 no. Can't let you go. Cause I love you, cause I love you, yeah. There was a time I didn't have romance, but after I met you, I felt it was my chance. But nobody tells me good things about you, baby. I'm gonna stay right here, and I don't mean maybe, yeah. I can't let you go. I can't let you go, yeah. I can't let you go, yeah. I can't let, I can't let, yeah. I can't let, yeah. You can't tell me to let go, baby. 'Cause I love you, yeah. 'Cause I love you, yeah. I can't let you go, baby. I just wanna tell you that. No, 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 no.
Hey everyone. Let me actually add my tickers up here. Not my normal time. You guys know I was actually planning on going to bed here in a few minutes ago because the big day with the Federal Reserve. But then I saw us trickling back down, and I got an alert that we broke down below this trend line here. And if you guys remember, we did a little bit of a day trade right here that didn't pan out because we ended up curling back up here. But if you go back over to that 15-minute chart that we were talking about, you see that double top that I was talking about right there, coming back down. It looks like we want to break down here. We tried to do a reversal, got smacked down by the Fibonacci level, and here we are. So we're going to look at this from a second chart perspective. We're less than $50 from breaking down, guys. I don't expect many people to be kind of coming in here because normally the normal crew is like asleep right now, the normal viewership. So we might be getting people from Europe and around the world. So if you guys are new to the channel, appreciate it. Normally I'm not this live this time, but I think over the next few weeks I might be here. So welcome if you guys are new. And hey, Alan, I'm happy to see you again. And hey, Glam Life again. It's 10:30 in Cali, early. I know, but I was going to go to bed. What do you call? I'm freaking tired. It's been a freaking long day. Oh, and there we go. We broke down. Mostly because I've been haven't been sleeping as much. I've had a bad. So to be honest, if I went to bed right now, I might not go to bed for like another 2.5 hours. But at least I'd be in bed getting rest. Right? So I'll sleep in tomorrow, then wake up, and I'll just kind of head right back over here to talk about the Federal Reserve and stuff like that. But you can already see Bitcoin just broke down to new lows so far this year, and that's big news. I know we're back above the line here, but what did we say the last time we broke down to new lows? The moment you break down below, it's much easier to keep on breaking down time and time again here. And let me make some moves over here. My dog is sniffing up something fierce over here. What are you sniffing? What are you sniffing? Yeah? Yeah. You can see the paws. He's excited. He wants to go play. We played right after I was done with the stream, guys. We went and played outside, and he was like, "Let's hurry up and keep on playing." No, here, you wanna here. I'll get the second chart back up, or I'll get the minute chart back up here in a second. Here you go. There's a treat for you. Yeah, 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 yeah. There we are. But yeah, everybody, we just broke down a new lows here. We'll see how this all turns out, but it's just not what the Bulls wanted, I guess I would say. But dude, you don't get unlimited treats, my man. Huh? Here, hold on a second, guys. This is the beauty of a $2,000 camera. It's like full on 6K HD all over the place. Yeah? No? Yeah. Usually he doesn't like being on camera. He just likes making eye contact with me to get some free stuff. All right. Oh, dude, he messed up my shirt. I bought like literally 50 shirts over the last 2 weeks. These ones are really cheap ones, but still, I like them. All right. But you can see right here, we've had a little bit of a surge after we broke back down. I'm gonna shame you. You want to take a bath? Yeah, that's what I thought. All right. You can see the little eyes right there. He's like, I still want to get pet, but just please no baths. All right. There we go, guys. Bitcoin is having a little bit of a bounce. Again, it's a very small one, but the fact that we did break down it is going to be something big here. We'll see if this turns out to be a reversal, but I was really surprised that we made such a fast move down here after breaking down. I thought we might try to chug a little bit. Nope. At least we get to see some action. The most boring stuff that I hate to talk about is the sideways moves, and at least we see a little bit of stuff going on here. All right. We can go back over here to let's go to the hour chart, I guess you would say. Yeah, that should work out for now. That way, at least people can see that we did break to a new low here. That is going to be big news, guys. We did have somebody buy up now. I don't have all of my actual, I don't have all of my normal tabs open because I'm not used to streaming right now. There we go. Yeah, there we go. There it is. 4.2 million Bitcoin longed 46 seconds ago. 1 minute ago, 4.2 Bitcoin longed. 2 minutes ago, 4 million Bitcoin longed. And then 13 minutes ago, we had the 4 million Bitcoin shorted that actually took us down here. So you're seeing a little bit of an attack by the Bulls right now to try to get us back up and running. So a little bit of whale games here, so to speak. Let's see. And hey, Thomas, any chance for a bull trap right now? Yeah, there's an opportunity for a bull trap here. I'm not really doing too much trading until tomorrow, when after I hear the from the Federal Reserve about their 75 basis point rate hike. What I'm pretty much waiting for personally is I'm just waiting to trade breakdown. So you don't have to wait. You're going to either have to wait hours or days depending on how the consolidation looks for you. But for instance, we only had it. So here's the day chart, right? We just had a consolidation and a breakdown, but it happened to be, when most people are asleep or most people aren't trading. Most people like to be trading in the middle of the day because they're alert, they're aware. They're not risking, not being able to pay attention, stuff like that. Like me, I wouldn't dare trade right now. I'm just not the right mindset for it. I like to have my cup of espresso, so to speak, and etc. However, the last breakdown we had was right here. You could have shorted it. Now, if you had a 5x leverage, I guess, and you had a stop loss somewhere down here, you could have made about 10, 20%, depending on your sorry, guys, it is late for me. Not late, but just tired. Your price target, you'd be able to make about 20% maybe over the last 45 minutes or so. But let me see. How did this end up working out? Should we go this one, this one, this one, or should we go this one, this one, this one? Let me try two different things here, guys. Let me go with the Fibonacci extensions. But we're going to be extending it down. So here to here to here. Price target 1 right there. You could have sold right there for a nice little solid profit of 1.6 times 10, so about 16% profit. Not too bad. And then we have the other one here. If I can click on this though, where we got this down. This one, the higher one, yeah. And there you go, right there. So, or you could have gone off of that one. Although that one, I don't even know if I would have wanted to take profit because I would have said, oh my God, we're breaking down. We might be going back down more. Right? Because technical said if you break down to new lows, you should be going down more. But what just happened? Whales happened. And that's where you guys have to have stop losses at that point. Or you want to be moving your stop loss for a short more and more down. So the further we come down, at least you're taking a profit there. But okay, let's get back over here to the 1 minute chart. I usually, if I'm going to be trading right now, I'm going to be trading specifically off of patterns. The pattern plays are there to make money. It's just this last one. I mean, come on, I was watching Bitcoin, but I have no life. I got an alert on my phone, right? Normally you're going to be trading these during daylight hours, whatever you want to call it there. And hey, on time bath, I know, right? It works, guys. It's the dreaded word that he does not like. He hasn't taken a bath or he hasn't taken a bath in like a shower format, like in the house, since he was like 3 months old, and he's now 11 months old. If I give him a bath, I literally bought him a pool, which I fill with water, and then I put soap in it, and then he jumps in it, loves doing it. I scrub him down, behind his ears, everything like that. It works just fine. But if you try to give him an actual bath in the house, he will just run away and just be like, he will cower in fear with his ears behind his head. He doesn't, like, he's not mad about it. He's just freaking scared of it. So I'm like, okay, man, I'll compromise here. You got a loving owner. Let's get you a kiddie pool. And he likes the kiddie pool, so I don't have to take him to the groomer and stuff like that. What are you calling? Hey, Alex Crypto. Hey, Glam Life. More bounce on the ounce. I'm happy to see whales hopping in here. At least they feel somewhat confident. What my concern is, like, why did they wait until we broke down before buying? Why didn't they just try to buy beforehand? I think maybe they thought there would be more shorts here, so maybe they could try to squeeze more out and have a little bit more of a move. But, this jump right here was 2.5%. It wasn't really scary enough to really scare any of the shorts out of the market, not with their stop losses. But perhaps it can start off another bottom here or something like that. We'll keep an eye on it, guys. I'll be streaming here for probably the next hour at least, maybe to next maybe 50 minutes at least, and then I'll see how the price is doing. If we're coming down, obviously I'll be streaming longer. This is a pretty fun night with you guys so far. So last stream and this stream here. Let's see. And hey, Thomas, any chance for a bull trap to 23.24? I mean, there's a chance for it, sure, but I personally would not be trading anything but a breakout. So right now we just had a breakdown from here to here. Let me actually just move this over here. The other chart you guys know is the 24-hour chart, and I don't like to mess with it too much. So we just broke down here, right? That breakdown is now over. We can actually get rid of that line now. Yeah, for now we can get rid of it. If you guys want to buy with an actual pattern there and focus, I would be trying to buy when we break out above this level right here. That would be the only optimistic thing I could be looking for. But right now, you're looking at the price, and just kind of zoom out here for a second. There's still a chance that we just keep on going down here, right? We just broke down below support, and it didn't even look like it was that strong of a support at the end of the day. We just kind of fell through it. Normally, guys, we come back down here, we at least bounce a little bit, hobble around before eventually breaking down below that specific support level. We didn't even bother to give it a few minutes. Again, like here's the 1 minute chart. Look at this. We didn't even tap on it once before trying to pop off. We got maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes of being close to it. On the 6th minute, it just very, very easily. Normally, we like to see, like an hour of consolidation above it before shorts feel the confidence to really take us down. So we'll keep track of it again here. What I'll do is I'll actually move this horizontal line down one more peg here. Actually, let's not do that. Let's just add a fresh horizontal line here so we can see the two different levels. And we'll see how this really pans out. So we can stick with the second chart here for now. And we can have the 15-minute chart here as well, so you guys can see what's going on from a few different standpoints here. But yeah, we're just going down, guys. We're going down faster than I think a lot of people have expected, myself included. I guess I just wasn't expecting the whole crypto industry to really tank as much as it did, just because this is like the third bear cycle that a lot of these companies have been through. Like, we've been through a lot of bad cycles, guys, in Bitcoin over the history, and a lot of these companies have been here for the whole time. And for some reason, so many of them seem so surprised that Bitcoin can fall so low in a bear market, which has been very concerning to me, which is why during this bear market or crypto winter, whatever you want to call it, over the next few months or maybe a couple quarters, we'll figure it out. I'm going to try to get a job with one of these companies and say, hey, you guys want somebody that knows how to do technical analysis? I can save you a bunch of money. I can help you fire people before you actually need to. That way you're going to be good. Because really, guys, I can go back to the minute chart here as we're kind of pumping back up. I'm still very surprised, like companies like Celsius and them out there. Let's open up whale trades. Let's open up Celsius here just for a quick second. Um, but what did Crypto Rover say? Let me see. Oh, he hasn't said anything about buying yet. Celsius here. You know, this is the stuff that I personally have trouble with when it comes to investing. So, you guys know I've been saying we're going to be going down for months now, just months. However, this stuff is always a surprise to me, and I still don't. I don't even know if there's a way to time this type of bad event. Maybe I could time it somewhat to a price if I knew how to do that, which I don't at this moment in time. Maybe I can research it over this winter thing. But the fact that they still have all these accounts locked, that is going to be pretty crazy going forward. And I don't know how Celsius is going to survive this. In fact, I don't think they will. I'll have to be watching their coin quite a bit. So as Bitcoin's, I guess it was trying to go up and out, not anymore. Celsius coin right here, they just took another dip. They're coming back down after that huge spike they had back up here to 258. Again, this will be fun. Again, this is something kind of crazy that happened today, but just bear with me. In the last 13 hours, this coin fell down 82% after being pumped up like hundreds of percent, excuse me. Yeah, there's a lot of chaos going on right now in this market, guys. It's what we live for. All right, there we go. Not bad right there. Yeah. Yeah, it'll have to do. All right. Hope you guys are having a pretty good chill Tuesday night. If you guys have to work, make sure to go to bed on time. Get that paper so you guys can buy some more Bitcoin down the road. What's it here? And hey, Crypto Joy, why are you up late? I know, normally I'm not streaming this late, but I was just like, okay, well, I saw it coming down. What I was doing, guys, is so I was watching this kind of on the minute chart. I was watching it play out on my other monitor, and I was playing Crusader Kings 3. And I had everything ready to go live, and I was ready to push the go live button at a moment's notice, and I was just waiting and waiting and waiting until we hopped down right down here, and I was like, okay, time to get started. We're probably most likely going to be breaking down here, and then I was like, then I went live. But yeah, I was just chilling. I was going to watch. I might have actually stayed up to midnight tonight because at midnight they release. Maybe they've already released. I'm not entirely sure because yeah. I was gonna watch Obi-Wan on Disney Plus, but now I'll do this and I'll still watch Obi-Wan probably later tonight. But yeah, it's this is interesting, guys. I'm surprised the whales came in here. And if you guys are just joining the stream, because I know there's not many people streaming right now, please make sure to subscribe and like. But we don't need to look at Celsius here. But just a few minutes ago, we did break down below the low here. This is a minute chart. This is a 15-minute chart. Thanks for the super chat, Crypto Joy. I appreciate it very, very much. I really do. A few minutes ago, we did break down to new lows on the week here. So the next time we come back down here, it's going to be much easier to break down. But at the moment in time, what ended up happening, as soon as we dipped down below here, there was somebody that shorted it right here 24 minutes ago. Was anything else? So 24 minutes ago, yeah, we had about $8 million shorted on Bitcoin. I want to say about 10 to 20 seconds after that, we had we got 4 million here, 4 million, 12 million, 12, yeah. So we had about $12 million worth of Bitcoin longed into the market right after that. So if I were to do this very fast, as we're kind of watching this consolidation period, if you zoom out, it still looks like we're going down. I know we're having this little bit of a pop here. We gotta wait this out a little bit longer, guys. But if I take this over here, we should still have enough time. Yeah, there we go. Okay, maybe not 10 seconds, but we had a double bottom here on the second chart. You gotta love how funny that is. But we found a bottom here, it popped back up a little bit, came back down, broke above it. You would want to buy here. You're never going to buy off of a second chart. You're not, but it's just fun to kind of watch these patterns play out even here. But you saw we had this firm level of support at 20,750, and then we just managed to pop back up to where we are now. Nice little pop. No, I wouldn't call that too much of a breakout. Came back over here, and now we're currently just, slowly gliding back down. And we'll see how this turns out. Let me put this back on the minute chart here. All right. The crazy thing here is in the last 5.5, well, actually almost 6 hours now, since it's almost 11 o'clock my time. In the last 6 hours, Bitcoin's down about 4.5, Dogecoin's down about 6.5, Ethereum is down about 7.5, ADA5, Ethereum Classic 6.5, XRP 5.5. Dollar index is down, somewhat good, not really. It's welcome news, not crazy good news. STMX down 7, Sheeb down 4.5, FTM down 7, Matic down 7, Litecoin down 6, AXS down 7, Gala down almost 8, Link down 6, Bitcoin Cash 5.5. So everything is pretty much taking a hit right now. Sandy's even down 7% right now. Luna's down 4%. We got to hope that Bitcoin can use this as a new bottom and try to formulate something. But again, just looking at the daily chart, man, let's hope we can try to consolidate here. We need to, because the Federal Reserve rate hike that we're expecting 2:30 p.m. Eastern time later on Wednesday, tomorrow, or maybe some of you guys are today for you guys. That will most likely have us do a little bit of a drop as well, and we'll have to see if we end up tanking because of that. So let's go to 1 minute and the 15 minute here. And if you guys have any questions about the general market or anything like that, I'd be happy to answer you guys' questions here. And hey, E-Trev, happy to see you back, my man. Up late as always. What's going on right here? Hey, you're watching. I appreciate W Streamer. And hey, Mullet, target for pullback? What do you mean? Pullback like going down, or do you mean like the resistance? Right now, if you want resistance, just go off of the basic trend line. It's going to be the easiest thing for you guys to look at. It's going to be around $22,000 right now. All right, around $22,000. That's what I'd be using as resistance. Oh, and as well, we do have a Fibonacci level right here. An easy way to look at that Fibonacci level is actually right there, though. Fibonacci level right here, and we have a Fibonacci level up here. So one at 21,229, another one at 22,762. But if you actually want a trend line of resistance, it's going to be around the $22,000 mark. Probably for the next half an hour or so on the minute chart. Then it'll be decreasing to 21,950, 21,900, so forth, because the trend line's going down. All right. What else do we got over here? Let's see. Hey, Mu, I'm glad you're not too concerned. I do enjoy when people can see these types of moves coming. We've been talking about this ever since the I don't know. We saw. I thought it was going to accelerate a little bit faster here once we had the death cross back in I think it was January or something like that. So we've been kind of waiting for this for a while, everybody. I'm just happy it's finally here. But right now, guys, in a moment after I answer some of your questions, we'll talk about some of those broader levels of support. You guys know I normally stream a little bit earlier in the day, but I have a feeling I'm going to be doing some later content anyway. I'm thinking of doing a later night stream. So I do my 6 to 8 o'clock stream, you guys know. But I'm thinking of maybe I can do a 6 to 10 o'clock stream or something like that. Maybe that'd be kind of fun. Because normally I've been waking up later and later in the morning. And I've been staying up later and later at night because I've been watching crypto charts. And because the stock market's so choppy, I haven't been trading as many options on the day trading cycle, right? All right. But if we go over here very fast again, this is a different chart. Which one am I looking for here? There we go. All right. So we do have a level of support here coming up. And this is on the GAN fans. Probably best to kind of zoom out here. What we're using on these specific GAN fans are the COVID lows, not necessarily the 2008 lows, which we normally use on the channel. I don't know if I still have. Do I have a chart that has that information on it though? Let me zoom out here very fast, guys. No. There we go. Okay, we'll look at a few here. So maybe one day you guys will have as many charts as I do. You guys don't need them, but I just like to see everything possible so you guys have all the information here. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. Oh, actually, let's go to the 15-minute chart. Yeah, look at this. Okay. So we have 2 GAN fan levels. I'll go out for a second here. We're in this quadrant according to this specific GAN fan, so you can just imagine all that is what we're dealing with here, from a kind of a macro scale perspective of technical analysis. And let's go back to the 15-minute chart here. And we got close over here. We got a little bit closer here. Currently, those levels of support are, the first one is about 4.61% down, or about $974. The second one right down here is about 5.5%, or about $1,100, $1,200 lower than where we currently are. So I think, guys, at least I'm hoping by the end of the day, so over the next few hours, we should be, not today, but like the day candle, I want to hope that we could try to bounce off of this, because it looks like the stock market pretty soon is going to be raring to go for a pretty sizable bounce back up as we approach the 200 weekly moving average on the NASDAQ. So I'm hoping that maybe this will be the bottom for Bitcoin for the next few weeks. Hopeful, but Bitcoin's been kind of going down a little bit further than the NASDAQ, honestly, as you guys know. So we can in fact break down below this. But I think right now, this should be a pretty solid level of support. I'm not entirely sure if we've actually come into contact with these levels since the bear market started. No, we had the breakdown right here. We had a breakdown right here after a bounce. What did we bounce here? We bounced off of the 8-to-1 right here. There's another Fibonacci level. Normally, if you have like multiple Fibonacci levels, you can see where the bounces occurred and why some moves like this bounce and why other moves just kind of plummet. It depends on which GANFAN levels they're breaking down below, if you guys use GANFAN levels. But that's important. So we're pretty close to those support levels right there. And then going over here, this is the same thing as the other chart, different GANFAN levels. But basically what I do is, just so you guys aren't too confused, see this blue line right here? That's just to help me set up the GANFANs to make sure everything's neat and tidy. Usually afterwards I delete them. But what I do over here is that why that looks so weird. You can delete lines here and hide them. So you can only be looking at the ones that are actually useful to you. So like if I was doing this for mine and not for you, educational purposes on YouTube, I would only really have this little line right here on it. And maybe this purple line and this blue line. I would not need any other lines on the screen. It just looks more pleasant to look at like this, right? All right, so let me get rid of this page right here. In fact, maybe I should open up the main Bitcoin GANs as well. And then I could also be looking a little bit here as well on the, where are we at? Tutorials for channel. We did have a death cross yesterday on the exponential moving average chart. That was interesting. And we had one also on the DEMA last week as well that we'll be talking about. Okay, I don't know why this is. I think it will go away in a second, but this is a glitch on TradingView. You can see how the candle closed right here and then it somehow magically opened back up here. I don't know what this glitch is. It's been happening more and more. This is not two crazy weekly candles. We had one big week of plummeting, and then we're on the second week of consolidation. I don't know what this is, and it annoys me, but I want you guys to be very clear that this is not the accurate chart on the weekly, okay? All right, so we do know also that... Can I just hide this for a second, honestly? We have the 2-to-1 GANFAN level right here, and we have a 3-to-1 GANFAN level right here, and a 4-to-1 GANFAN level. We've broken down below all these right now, and our level of resistance over the next few days, if you want to go off of this 4-to-1 GANFAN level, is going to be around $24,000. We first have to deal with the $22,000 level of support and the $23,000, I think, level around the Fibonacci retracement level, okay? Let me put that back on here very fast. Maybe the daily chart will fix it. There we go, okay. And then there's no moving averages on here, and why is that? Are they all... Oh, this is the daily chart. Yeah, it is. Okay, sorry, I thought it was the weekly chart for a second. There's a Fibonacci level right here. We've talked about that. But as far as the next level of support, it really is around $17,000 right here. And understand those other GANFAN levels are right here protecting us. If we were to break down below that level, there really isn't much stopping us besides maybe one Fibonacci level from falling down to $17,000 or so. So we'll have to be watching that pretty closely. I'm hoping that if we do eventually make a move down here, if we do make a move to 17,000, 18,000 over the next, let's just say week, so maybe let's say by middle of next week, if we're being optimistic, from here I'm hoping we can do some type of consolidation where perhaps we can have some type of reversal pattern that really causes us to have a breakout on the upside, kind of timing up with maybe that move from the NASDAQ that we've been talking about as the NASDAQ. It's here as well. What the heck is that glitch? The NASDAQ. As the NASDAQ looks to, this is a weekly chart for the NASDAQ, as the NASDAQ looks to bounce off of its 200 weekly moving average. And the last two times it's bounced off of it were the 2008 financial crisis crash and the dot-com bubble crash, right? But for those to happen, we came into contact. We still have an opportunity, like all the other big drops that we had over here, here, even COVID, we have an opportunity to not come into contact with it and somehow get moving back up again. It's not likely, to be frank. However, the opportunity still exists, so I should still tell you about it, right? So that's my concern about the NASDAQ right now, also leading Bitcoin lower here. And then you can see right now, throughout the whole this new bullish market, ever since we came out of the 2008 financial crisis, we have never broken down below the 200 exponential moving average here. Even during COVID, you guys will see that this was our bottom, right? If I even zoom in enough, you'll actually see that we actually didn't even come into contact with it. We just got very, very close. So we stayed above it here quite well. All right. Even COVID couldn't break us down. Let that just be, something that sticks in your head here. Now, last week, we closed below it. Currently, I think this is another glitch, guys, because we don't... Oh, no. This isn't... No, this is for the stock market. This is something completely different. My bad. I'm too involved in crypto right now. Let's go back to the daily chart. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that makes sense. Because, it gaps up and gaps down and so forth. But right now, we're very, very close, and we have already broken down below this. We're very, very close to coming into contact here. From a percentage standpoint, we're only about 4.5% down. And guess what? I mean, just this move from here to here was about 3%. We can definitely go 4% in a week or so. All right. So that's my big concern right now. That could probably lead Bitcoin down to 13,000 as well. We don't have to worry about the dollar index here. I don't know why the dollar index is actually on this chart. Is this main? Oh, this is main Bitcoin GANs. This is another GAN fan chart. I have way too many, but they're all important because they all have a reason. They all have a support. Like right here, guys, we stopped right there on that GAN fan, held 1 week, held 1 day, and now we're dropping down below it. So if we close down below these levels today, let's say if we close around $21,000 today, there's a good chance we keep on falling going into Thursday and Friday and possibly going into the weekend until at least we have one more flush out, and then we can start consolidating. Maybe there's a GAN fin level between 17,000. Maybe we stop at 19,000. I think 19,000 maybe is a little bit more optimistic, I think, than 17,000. So that might be kind of helpful there. And then over here, before I start answering some of you guys' questions, we go back over to which support level? Oh, no. Where are we at? Tutorials for trading. This one isn't supposed to be here. It says Bitcoin dollar, Bitcoin dollar, Bitcoin dollar. Okay, here we go. This is going to be interesting because we still have this little weird glitch going on. But we'll stick to the daily chart. So, pretty soon we're going to have the... Well, actually, let me just go back to the weekly chart. Forget about the price here. The price isn't... I hate that it's glitching out right now. Let me just delete this here. Not delete it, but there you go. So this week we had the 20-week moving average cross down below the 100-weekly moving average for a death cross on the exponential moving averages. This is going to be the exponential moving average. We'll talk about DEMA and TEMA later on. But yeah, so for at least for the exponential moving averages, we had the 20-week moving average crash, or not crash, but break down below the 100. That is a bearish sign. And then after that, guys, the DEMA right here, we had the 50 last week cross down below the 200. That's a pretty big deal. Not a massive deal because it's just the DEMA, but it is still a pretty big deal here. So just be cautious of that. And now we can go back over to the main Bitcoin stuff and talk about that good old stuff. Let's go back over here, YouTube. There we go. 1, 2, and let's get this off. We can go there and there. And I think that should work. This is not the right chart. What am I doing? Oh, no, I don't care about all that type of stuff. Drawing. There we go. Okay. And you're seeing Bitcoin find a little bit more support here. So that's kind of optimistic, guys. That is kind of optimistic going forward. I think everybody's waiting for the Federal Reserve meeting to happen later on today. All right. It's right here. And hey, Crypto Joy again. Hey, Corey. What do you guys think Michael included about the metaverse tokens? Any good play for large pumps a year from now? I'm currently scaling small in demand and engine. So personally, for me, I've been buying the big stuff like Mana. Oh, let me move some stuff over here. Mana, Sand, stuff like that. What other stuff I've been buying has been stuff like UFO coin, spell token, things of that nature. Usually to find those coins while waiting for see what Bitcoin's going to be doing here. Oh, look at all that blood red, guys. Let me zoom in here for you guys a little bit. Zoom in. Perfect. Okay. If you go over to Coin Market Cap and you go to filters and you do add one more filter and you go to market cap, I've been looking for coins under a market cap of 500 million or 500 billion, 500 million. That's correct. 500 million. You hit apply filter and then you do price. And you do under a penny. Personally, for me, that's what I'm looking for right now. You can also do under $1. Under $1 is good as well. But right now, I'm just going to do under a penny. 0.01, apply filter, you do show results, right? And then you can go to metaverse. Oh, did it not work? Oh, it doesn't let me do it that way. Fine. Okay, that's fine. Filters. I got to do this all over again. My bad, guys. 500 million. And then price 0.01. Apply filter, show results. Okay. What I've been doing is going through lists like this. And then if you want to find a metaverse coin, you just, tap on it and then read some information about it. You're going to find a lot of low market cap coins if you do that filter with under 500 million. And then from here, I just kind of go through each coin slowly, like spell token. I go over here. Only has a $74 million market cap, down 8% so far today, of course. I'll check on the website, see, hey, what is this? Is it good enough for me to want to invest in? What are they doing? Look at the white paper, so to speak, see if you like it or not. And then from there, if you want to buy it, you go down here and you will see a list of exchanges that sell it. Binance, FTX, KuCoin, Gemini, Bitfinex, everything you could imagine down here, crypto, crypto.com. It's all down here. So if you guys want to buy it, there's your opportunity right there for that specific coin. And of course, after you do your anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes of looking for that one coin, probably around 10 minutes for these coins, StormX, but that's not a metaverse coin. Starlink right here, open that up, do a little bit of research. You want to toss in a little bit of money, but not a crazy amount because, again, this market cap is at $31 million. Hopefully during the next altcoin run down the road, it goes to like $1 billion or something like that. You could be making a lot of money off of that. But you don't have to go all in into these coins here. And again, if you like it, you scroll down and you see where can I buy this at, right? You got Who, you got BitGet, you got Dcoin, you got Hotbit, you got Hit Bitcoin, whatever it is. You could find it out pretty easily. But that's how I've been looking at it. And I did the $500 million market cap and below. You could simply just go to here probably does not have a 10 billion. Oh no, I don't want that one. Okay, well actually let me just do this. Less than $1 billion, right? Show results. And then you can do the same thing. BitTorrent at the top, eCash, AMP, Hollow, or Hot, whatever, SC, Dogecoin. You can go through the list and see what you like there. It takes a little bit of time to find the coins, but usually you can find a coin that you want to toss $5 in there. And the good thing about these coins being on exchanges is it really doesn't cost you hardly any money to buy them. If the coin is only available on like a swapping type of platform, it's going to be very, very hard for you to want to pay the gas fees just to pop in like 20 to $50 into a coin when the gas fees will be like somewhere around half that range probably right now. So it's easier just to buy them off of an exchange. And hey, Finding Gura, I just bought some optimism. There we go. Oh man. Uh, and hey, Brad, is a fight going on? Yes, it is. A very big fight right now. I'm surprised that the longs are winning right now. They longed, and now they're pushing the price back up. Again, if you zoom out, it still looks like we're trying to go down here, but at least there's a little bit of a tinge where if whales keep on putting money into Bitcoin right now, there's an easy way they can cause a short-term reversal, at least holding us up until Jerome Powell talks tomorrow. Excuse me, guys. Whoosh. See. And hey, hold on. Flinix. Hey, Flinix. Thanks for watching. This will Florida raising the minimum wage in September have a noticeable impact on how people buy crypto or affect? No, not really. If America was kind of chugging along, it might have a little bit of an impact, but not really noticeable. But unfortunately, right now, inflation is so bad that there's really nobody that wants to be buying up loads of crypto unless they have money to spare. So the middle class has money to spare. But a lot of people that also buy crypto are those who don't have a large income, and they're hoping that it'll make them rich, right? So you have a lot of desperate people from around the world buying crypto at the same time during some of these mega pumps. All those people don't have money because inflation has pretty much eaten up all of their extra income at this point. So you're not going to see any massive moves in the market. Any big mega moves that happen in this market right now are really going to be fueled by the big dogs, the big whales, really trying to cause got some type of big old bull trap or something like that. And you're going to see them trying to fuel up everything going forward whenever we start to turn this ship around. Let's see. And thanks, Super Joy. I appreciate it. And hey, Valentine, man, I was watching Stranger Things and looked at the charts and seeing it different. I was doing the same thing. I was looking. I had I just finished dinner and I played with Loki, ate dinner, and I had myself a salmon hamburger. So pretty much you just fry a salmon patty with some salt, pepper, and you just put some tartar sauce on it. And you put it between a bun with some lettuce and roasted tomatoes and stuff. But I had one of those and some green beans for healthy stuff for vegetables. And then I was playing with Loki, watching some TV. I was watching some election stuff on the news, and then I looked at my phone and I was like, okay, it looks like we may crash again here. I may have to stream, and so I was watching Bitcoin on the 1 minute chart, and then playing video games until we started to get really close down here, and then I exited the game and then I got ready to go for this stream here. Let's see. And hey, brothers, you think Paolo is going to blow it all up? I mean, he could technically piss off the market tomorrow if what do I say? If he has a bad he does bad with all the media people when he gives his little speech and he talks about what's going on with the market as he answers questions. It'll be interesting to see what he exactly says, and I'll be live during that time. I'm going to be sleeping in tomorrow, so you guys won't see me in the morning. But the meeting is at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. That means 11:30 Pacific time here. So I'll try to wake up around 9:30 to 10, and then from there I'll get ready to stream. And then whenever I'm ready, I'll go live here. Futures are still up. That's good news. Stock futures edge higher as investors brace for a big Fed rate hike. MicroStrategy denies it received a margin call against its Bitcoin-backed loan report says. I wonder. I mean, I hope they get it now because we went down below 21,000 again here. We'll have to watch that pretty closely. And let's see. Kathy Wood says market is pretty close to the bottom. Tech stocks will hit trial and recover first. She hasn't been too right over the past few months, guys. I like her, but she hasn't been very right so far. We'll have to see if the stocks are going to be hitting a bottom. I think it really depends on if we're headed for a recession or not, and we won't know that for maybe about a month more. Because remember, guys, we've already had 1 month of 1/4 of contraction of GDP. If we have another one, technically that's a recession. So we could have a recession this year, but all the billionaires keep on saying that the recession would happen in 2023. So maybe we have to wait to 2023. I'm no expert in recessions. Let's see. Hey, Vab. What happened to Solana? Did Solana's algorithm crash in like a little? Excuse me. Um, so far, I think they got the problem fixed up with Solana. I think Solana and Celsius are the next two potential things that hit zero over the next few months here. Now, Sol has. I'm much more optimistic about Sol because it's a problem that they've been able to fix. Let's hope the problem doesn't persist a few more times because that'll really hurt the reputation of the Sol coin. People won't feel comfortable enough to invest in it, especially after the fear that the Luna coin disaster kind of spread out across everybody here. Now, as far as Celsius, Celsius is pretty much holding all of the owners' coins hostage, and that nobody is allowed to transfer, swap, withdraw out of their Celsius exchange. And according to them, they have over 1.7 million accounts. So, I'm not going to say that's millions of people, but there should be well over 1 million people right now that cannot access their crypto. And what we talked about yesterday, which was so bad about this, is I don't know if a lot of you guys trade with leverage. Most of you guys probably don't. You just kind of buy and sell as the market kind of deems with patterns and stuff like I do. Well, I trade with leverage, and if I buy up here right, with no leverage, I can let the price go down to zero, and the exchange won't sell any of my assets as it goes down to zero, right? Because there's no reason for them to do so. However, if I have leverage and I have a 10x play, 20x play, 100x play, 125x play, whatever it is, the exchange won't let me go to zero on my long, because that means the money that they borrowed to me to let me make that larger position with leverage, that means all of that money would be lost as well. So what they have is they have a liquidation price. So, bottom is way down here, the price is right over here. If the price runs into that, they say, hey, you need to put more money in your account so we know that you're good for the losses, or we're going to be forced to liquidate and sell all of the assets, and then the whole transaction goes, you lose all the money in that one trade, right? So you make no profit. In fact, you lose 100% of the position, all right, plus fees. Now, what's going on right now is on Celsius, the price is going down. It's getting closer and closer to this level. In fact, for some people, it's already breached that level. And they've gotten the level that says, hey, you have to put more money in your account if you want to keep on surviving this drop, right? Well, because Celsius has actually stopped those transfers between their own accounts and nobody can withdraw or anything like that, well, guess what? They have no way to allocate the funds to help out that position. So there's just liquidation after liquidation after liquidation. The more the price of Bitcoin goes down right now, which is a travesty because people are holding for some type of boom to come up in the next week or so, but they're not going to be able to hold out that long because Celsius won't allow them to transfer the funds into their own accounts to save their own positions. Which, of course, when a liquidation happens, those assets are sold off, and that means there's more selling pressure on Bitcoin, which really makes this move go down more and more and more. So that's the practical reason of why Celsius is kind of screwing over the market right now. And if you guys, I will say this again over and over again, if you guys have a Celsius account and whenever they open the money back up, you should pull all of your capital out of Celsius as fast as you can. After that, never use that exchange ever again. Never, ever, ever again, okay? They should have no trust with anybody in the future. Some people are going to be like, it wasn't that bad. You know what? I understand why they did it. Don't. If you don't not have access to your coins because of a mistake the exchange made, that's not worth your trust, right? I'm using a newer exchange called BitGet. They're not having any issues right now. I have KuCoin. I'm not seeing any issues with KuCoin right now. Binance. I haven't seen any big issues with Binance so far. So, there are other exchanges out there besides Celsius that deserve your hard-earned money to keep it safe because they have not been able to keep it safe. And just you know, pausing all withdrawals, swaps, and transfers between accounts, and they're acting in the interest of the community, right? Uh, and all you see is people making fun of them. Uh, you know, I have a USDC in my account that I want to use to repay my loan that has a margin call right now, but I can't even repay the damn loan because the transfer freeze. That's ridiculous. If the market tanks, Celsius will liquidate my collateral even though I can pay off my loan. So he can't even pay off his loan. Just think about this. Um, you know, this is such, what? I have lost 100K in UST. Oh my gosh, why? I have 40K left in Celsius Network. This will be the end of me if I lose that money, right? Um, you're just seeing some really negative stuff and some bad stuff, and that should tell you enough to not go into Celsius ever again. Make sure they don't rebrand their name. If they do, I will tell you guys, watch out for the scam of a company here. But that's the realistic side of investing in these types of markets. You guys have to choose carefully, and now you have another exchange where you will never be putting your money into, or at least I hope, right? Alrighty. We're still doing okay, guys. What we really want to do, we've just had a series of lower lows here. Maybe by chance we can have some type of situation of higher lows, or we're just like really zooming out here and we see like a top, a neckline, and we break down below that. Then it's all over. But let's hope that let's hope that doesn't occur anytime soon. And there we go. Alrighty. And hey, Deezer, have a good night and good luck on the short, my man. It looks like you might be winning that one if you do it tonight. So right here. And hey, Haram, you're on late tonight. I know, right? I know, guys. It's just been one of those days. This is going to be one of those weeks, guys. If you guys haven't already, please make sure to subscribe. I really do appreciate it. But guys, yeah, it's just one of those times. It's just one of those times. I'll be on late for a while here, guys. I'm even thinking that I've been enjoying late night streaming a lot more than the morning streams. I've tried to do morning streams, but nobody shows up because I think we're all late night people. So or everybody's at work, honestly. So I'm thinking of doing more late night streams here in the future, and I enjoy them. It's much more chill. I'm not really worried about what I have to do for the day. I'm more worried about what I have to do tomorrow, but I'll sleep on that, right? Putting in those hours, I know. And remember, guys, I do this to help you guys out, and I enjoy it a lot. So I get a benefit of this as well. I don't make much money off of YouTube, and I've showed you guys that before. I think, yesterday I streamed for like 8 hours, and you know how much that netted me? I think it was like 16 bucks. So YouTube is not the place where you want to be making a lot of money, at least in my opinion. I prefer to make my money investing, and then I have the spare time to kind of help you guys out as needed. But the money I make from YouTube, it all gets reinvested back into the channel, which is really why I always ask for memberships and stuff like that. But right now it's fine. What do you call? We're just kind of heading down here, and we're going to be looking at some. I don't know. The next 24 hours here should be pretty interesting. I want to see if we're going to break down again, or if we're just going to be consolidating for the next few hours. Because right now, guys, we broke down to new weekly low, and then whales came in here and bought up about $12 million worth of Bitcoin, and that was enough to pump us up just a tad. And now we're going to see if that pump is enough to continue to move back up towards 22,000 over the next few hours, or is it not even enough to get us back above the Fibonacci level? See, we tried to break above it right here, wasn't able to. We tried to break above it right here, still got rejected, and maybe third time's the charm at this point. But it definitely seems like it's a struggle at this point in time to even break above a simple Fibonacci level. This Fibonacci level is from the 2018 lows to the 2021 highs. So it is a pretty important one. It's just, we're not even able to break above this at night with not even much volume. What does the volume look like right now? Now, we had way more volume yesterday as we were crashing back down. We still have some volume, but not nearly as much. Not the big spikes that we had over here. Yeah, we're not looking too bad right now as far as volume is concerned. We'll have to be watching this pretty closely to see if we can bottom out again, or if we find a new bottom, excuse me. We can zoom in right here. And hey, Patrick, at this point, we've been talking about him possibly doing 75 basis points for a few weeks. I'm happy to see that he says he's most likely going to do that, or Fed says, kind of leaked the story, says he's going to do that. I think the market overall will like what he has to say. My concern is when he answers questions tomorrow. I've said this a few times. When he answers questions tomorrow, will the media throw him such a curveball that he makes a mistake and spooks the market? That's what I'm afraid of. What I think he's going to say is basically he's going to go month by month as how he wants to raise rates. So he'll probably say something, because we have such a great jobs market, but because we have higher inflation, we believe it's better to go above 50 basis points and go to 75 basis points. And then after that, he will not tell you what he's planning to do during the next meeting during July, or the meeting after that in I think it's in August or September for the next meeting. I forget which exactly one it is. But he won't tell you exactly what he's going to be doing for the next two rate hikes. He'll just say we're going to be looking at the data, and we'll reach, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I would like him to at least say, like, hey, we're looking at 50 basis points next one, and 50 basis points the time after that. I want him to give the market some clarity, because right now, the worse inflation gets, and the worse he gets at actually, it appears he's not taking it seriously. And because of that, the market is getting more and more and more spooked here. Hold on a second, guys. I got a little text. Let me make sure it's nothing important. Okay, no. But yeah, so I'm afraid that he won't give the market clarity when he really should be at this point in time, because everybody is losing faith in him to do his job. he should have already been doing rate hikes a while ago. And the guys, even as inflation was going on this year, he was still he was still injecting liquidity into the markets. That's how behind the curve these guys are. Now, even though he's done a really bad job up to this point, right? It's true at this point. I am still hoping he can find a way to turn this around. So even if we do dive into a recession, which looks more and more likely at this point, it's not going to be a really bad one. It'll be somewhat more of a mild recession where people don't feel it too bad. We might know one or two people that got laid off, but us ourselves are not laid off, right? So, I mean, maybe a lot of people won't even know anybody that's laid off. That's how mild of a recession it may be. We just have to wait to see how Jerome Powell takes us there at this point. I'm hopeful that he will. I'm hopeful that he can try to turn this around, but I would really like to see some guidance here. Like 75 basis points today or tomorrow, whatever, they're doing this rate hike, 75 the next rate hike, and 75 the next one. At least the market knows what to price in, and then we can focus on getting back up and dealing with the bear market and all that good stuff, right? But until we have that certainty, the market's going to be like, is it going to do 100 next time? Is it going to do 50 next time? Only 25? What's going to happen here? As you guys have already noticed, we've already started to see layoffs. And layoffs is what the Fed wants to see, frankly. They want the job market. They want everything to slow down. They don't want to have they don't want to see people making higher wages because that's a contributing factor of inflation. So they want to see the market kind of cool off a little bit. That's the whole point of all this. And while I was talking, we did take a little bit of a dip here, guys. Let's see. And hey, Burke, will he give the short now signal? Based on what he says tomorrow, there should be a dip right as he comes out and says he's doing a 75-point basis hike. You guys will see it technically on CNBC. They'll say, the countdown to the Fed announcement. The moment the Fed announces it, there'll be a drop. So if you want to buy it, like literally like open up a short 10 seconds before he does that, you can probably make some money. The caveat being if he doesn't do 75 like everybody thinks he does 50, that may make the market boom up a little bit, and then you might lose money. So be careful about how you play that. Again, I trade patterns. Patterns are the easiest way to make money, and I think I've shown that to you guys a lot over the past year. Patterns are where I make all my money because they're very easy ways to buy and hold, and I get those larger swings where instead of hoping for like 1 to 5% in crypto, I'm looking at like 15% massive swings, and then after that, you add a 10x leverage to that. So that's like 150%, and that would happen over like a week or so, and that's how I like making my money, and that's just with a 10x leverage. Normally, I'll be doing something between 20% and 50%. All right, so I prefer trading breakouts, and I prefer trading swings. We just had a a breakdown right here. Right here, if I had a 10x leverage and I just kind of right as we cooled off, I could have made about 23% for holding for about like a half an hour or so, right? That's how I like to trade. I like to trade breakdowns and breakouts. It's nice, simple. There's no confusion for me. I scale at Fibonacci levels. It's nice. It's easy. It's consistent revenue for me. Now, if you want to go a little bit more aggressive and not do patterns, feel free. You're going to be looking at some other factors like moving averages, basic support levels, and not trend lines as much. But it's going to be hard to time when to short and when to buy off of his words during his little statement that he gives out. What you're going to be trying to do is timing it right up with the countdown, the CNBC countdown to the Fed decision, because then they're going to say, news, this is, a 75 basis point rate hike, and at that moment in time, the price will go down for about 5 minutes, and then after that, Jerome Powell will walk back out, and the price will literally start to curl back up. The longer he talks, usually it curls back up. Now, that's what's going to happen in the stock market. We'll see how much of it happens in Bitcoin, but, it happens in the Forex markets as well. I used to trade Forex, and when it comes out, you short, right before it comes out, you short, it goes down when he does a rate hike, and then once he starts talking, you sell it, and it slowly starts to curl back up. Happens almost every single time. Don't know why, just happens almost every single time. See, and hey, vacation. Yeah, you think the Fed is going to raise rates by 0.5%? Gosh, if they do that, I think Jerome Powell loses all respect. Like, at this point, I almost question if Republicans and Democrats, they're not going to do this. Should they just come together in the sense that, hey, we need to recall Jerome Powell. We need to put somebody in there that knows how to do the job of the Federal Reserve Chair. Because right now, if he does 50 basis points, to me, it would seem like he doesn't think inflation is a serious issue. He would not see it as a problem. And that'd be bad because inflation will continue to rise unless he can try to do something to curb it, so to speak. But again, he can't do everything with it, but at least some of the price stability issues, he can work on that one. Biden has to work on the gas prices. That means maybe building a refinery or two, going over to Saudi Arabia, and he's going to have to beg for them to do more oil because they do not like Biden and the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. They do not like each other. At this point, I can imagine Biden going to go over to say hi to him or shake his hand, something like that, and you can just see the biggest grin on MBS's face as he looks you said you were going to make me a pariah, but now you're visiting me in my home country. Who's the I can see some type of drama going on there, but Biden's going to have to suck it up and say, hey, we need you to pump more oil. What can the United States give you to make sure that you pump more oil? That's going to be the level. That's going to be the conversation because MBS, Saudi Arabia has pretty cheap oil, very very cheap oil. They don't have to pump more. They're making plenty of money over there as well. Biden, on the other hand, America needs more oil. We need more gasoline. We all know this. And on top of that, from a political standpoint, which we all know and love politics, he's getting hit hard on gas prices in America. And if he can alleviate some of those concerns, maybe the Democrats won't get slaughtered by as much in the next election, as much. So, that may be an optimistic point for him. But there's two sides of the coin right there, because everything gets, everything that gets delivered in a truck, it uses gas. And those costs of that increased gas production or gas costs haven't passed over the consumer for a lot of this year. And now that it's gotten so high, they can no longer pass on those costs to us. They're having to take some of those costs into themselves, and that's making them have smaller margins, which during earnings reports causes the entire market to come down, and Bitcoin's following that entire market right now. So, we need Biden and Powell to do awesome things in order for Bitcoin to go back up anytime soon. That's kind of thing there. Go call your local congressman and say, hey, go do some work there. Go do some jobs. Go do your job. Oh, and hey, D's, happy to see you back, man. Thanks for being a mod. Sell actually increased the liquidation to 14K. It was necessary for them not to get liquidated at 13K. Oh, that's great. They might have done it a little bit more. They might have done it a little bit more since yesterday. I know looking earlier today, we saw that it was 16,800, but if they put more capital in there, maybe they did drop their leverage. That's good to know. See. And hey, cars and crypto, this could be really bad. All the app-based exchanges could go bust. I'm also talking about the stock-based ones. I don't think Robinhood is going to go bust. I don't think some of the stock ones, mostly because they have a different funding mechanism. So they have a lot of donors on the side who would not let the company fall. They would literally just pump more money into the company. You saw that Robinhood, back when the GameStop fiasco was going on, they were able to get $1 billion in funding within 24 hours. I think they can do something similar here if they needed it. Same with Webull. But right now, it is going to be hard for them to turn a profit, right? I'm long on Robinhood. I'm going to be buying more Robinhood. I've been kind of dabbling my toes into it slowly. But if we go over here to Hood, right, it's down now at 723. The market cap is at 6.4 valuation. Man, I wish Elon Musk would just buy this instead of Twitter, get a much better deal. Market cap is 6.4. Twitter is what is Twitter's market cap? What do I see? Oops, messed up. Twitter's market cap is 28.84 billion. It's more than triple. More than triple, or about triple, more than triple of Robinhood's value. And Twitter's about to break down here, so that's interesting. But yeah, so keeping track of this pretty closely right now. Hey, Legendary, I haven't heard too much about FUSD. If you guys are not using some of the big standard stable coins, I'd be careful if you guys are in those right now. Of course, the safest coin to be in is Bitcoin off of the network in a Ledger Nano wallet or some type of other wallet, cold storage. That's the safest place to put your money. That's the majority of my Bitcoin is at. But, I would try to hold USDC or Tether personally. Those are my two favorites. Personally, I'd probably say USDC would probably be better because I don't think Coinbase would allow their coin to go kaput, their stable coin, because it would really destroy the whole structure of their fees, right? And they need to make money going forward. And they just also laid off like 18%. And Coinbase has been in this situation many, many, many times where they've been here for so long. They've dealt with so many bear markets. They're kind of used to it. Now, they did hire too many people, and that's a problem, but that doesn't mean their business is actually in jeopardy. They have tons of free cash flow. They got tons of money just sitting in their accounts right now, like over $1 billion, something like that, to kind of last through this winter. So those are the type of things I'm more excited about if I'm looking at stablecoins. Tether, USDC, but probably USDC is probably one of my favorites right now. Oh, what's right here? And hey, Solo Shot Gaming, we are about to break down again. Michael, you should do polls for the later night streams. Bunch of drunks are responding to polls will be hilariously accurate. Wait, what should the poll be though? What should the poll question be? I'm confused. Let me know what the poll question be, and I'll ask the poll question. I don't mind. This is a late night stream, guys. This is not normally the normal stuff here. This is us just chilling. And hey, Power Mad, I take a shot every time he says Fibonacci levels. Fibonacci levels, 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 Fibonacci levels. Drink responsibly. Let's right here. Your bottle. I hope you got a bottle in. And hey, Mr. Judge, I'm happy to see you back. I don't understand the Fed or basis points, dude. Sounds like some ridiculous posturing. So what they're doing isn't really affecting day-to-day Americans directly. What it's doing is it's messing more with the supply side, right? Well, not excuse me, the demand side. They're trying to get Americans to spend less by raising interest rates, making it more expensive to buy houses, make it more expensive to buy cars, make it more expensive to get loans, make it more expensive to get credit, right? So they're trying to make it harder for you to spend money. And if it's harder for you to spend money, then demand will go down. If demand goes down, in theory, so as supply and demand equal out, you should see the price of goods go down as, everybody lowers their prices to kind of meet that supply. But the real issue here is why I brought up Biden a few minutes ago. It's because the big issue that we're looking at right now is, let me find the oil price. There was oil on the 1 minute chart. Let's go to the daily chart. Okay. It's oil, right? Oil going up and up and up. That's the big problem for the United States right now. That's a big problem for the world's economy, okay? Now, I won't go over the whole thing I just talked to you guys about before. My main point here is that when we buy stuff from China or any other country out there, it gets manufactured or it gets shipped to a plant to be made using trucks that use gas. Once it's made in the manufacturing plant, it gets shipped over to a warehouse. From the warehouse, it goes to a port, all with gas. From that port, it gets shipped over to America using a ship or a plane or whatever. That takes gas, right? Now, once it's in a port in America, it gets taken to another warehouse using gas. From there, it either gets shipped to a whole other warehouse from the port, or it gets shipped to the store, in which case that uses gas as well. Now, because gas prices are so high, every single part of that journey just became way, 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 way more expensive, okay? And you can imagine, cars and trucks maybe use a little bit of gas, but ships use a lot more gas. And that's just to get over to Washington State, California, Oregon. If you want to get over to the East Coast from China, you're doing a lot more stuff, right? Maybe even going through the Panama Canal, all types of stuff. If they can get gas prices down, the corporation's margins will grow back up again, which means they're making more money for every product they sell. So, if Target is selling a shirt and they're making $5 off of that shirt, right? That's currently they're making $5 off the shirt. Once gas prices go back down, maybe they'll be able to make $10 off of that shirt. And when they actually report earnings, right? When they report earnings, that's when you're going to see some good stuff come up, right? That's when you see, hey guys, we had a great earnings report. Our margins are back up. We think the consumer is doing better, and therefore Bitcoin should rise, the market should rise, everybody be happy. Not go skyrocketing up, but at least stop falling like a freaking rock. That's the goal here. So, Federal Reserve has its own priorities. They're doing what they can do, kind of. We're hoping Jerome Powell can really up the movement there. That's something. But we also need Biden to go over to Saudi Arabia, beg if he has to, and says, hey, Saudis, hey, MBS, can you just pump more oil for us, pretty please? And we will make some type of backdoor deal that we will never know about. But if we can get that deal done, if they can pump out maybe 1 to 2 more million barrels of oil per day, that'd be enormously helpful for us in the United States and across the world, because what's around the corner that nobody's talking about right now, or we're chattering, but it's not really mainstream in the talk of everyday people? Famine's on the way. So pretty soon there's going to be a lack of food out there, and maybe not in America, but in other countries. And that's going to be an issue because that will lead to more global events like riots. If you guys remember the Arab Spring and ISIS and stuff like that, a big portion of that was because there was famine in the Middle East at the time. So, this is already going to have bad stuff, bad voodoo, whatever going on right now. We just are trying to mitigate how bad it's going to be. And right now, Biden is doing a very bad job. If you like him or hate him, whatever, I don't care. I'm just talking about, practically, he's not doing a very good job with inflation. You don't have to think that inflation is his fault, but his response has been pretty terrible at this point. And you have the Federal Reserve also doing a very, very bad job at tackling inflation, but much better than the administration is currently. So we're hoping that tomorrow we get some really good data from the Fed saying, hey, this is our plan. And if the plan is reasonable, which I have no, if he actually lays out a plan, which I hope he will, instead of month by month type of, we'll look at it next month, we'll look at it this month. We don't want that. We want to have a plan so the market has certainty. I'm sure all of you guys have heard the thing, the market wants certainty, the market doesn't like uncertainty. If you guys listen to any of the shows out there, Bloomberg, Yahoo News, CNBC, Fox Business is a big one. If you listen to any of them, they'll talk about certainty versus uncertainty and what the market wants to know. The market wants to know what Jerome Powell's plan is, and then if he has to change it later on, so be it. But for now, just give us a freaking plan. He hasn't been able to do that. He keeps on saying to the effect that, hey, we're gonna be raising it this much this month, but we're gonna have to see where it goes on now, right? So, we'll have to wait, and see, frankly. I'm more optimistic about Jerome Powell than I am Joe Biden right now. But part of that is because Jerome Powell has a job and he's doing it to maybe the best of his ability. But right now, Biden is kind of thinking about politics and, politicians. It's what they do. It's election season, right? I was watching the news earlier. There's primaries going on tonight, I believe, in a bunch of different states. So, we're going to all have to deal with this later on, but just type in famine on Google, go to news, and here, one day ago, 49 people. We're not gonna read this. Washington Post, nope. Common Dreams, okay, whatever. Ilan Omar says 49 million facing famine would be the biggest story in the world right now. All right, should be the biggest story. I think inflation for Americans are much more important, but again, I don't have much of a heart for this type of stuff. I just want to figure out how to make money and kind of how to survive this type of stuff, because I grew up poor. It's kind of a, help yourself mentality, then help your family mentality, and you can kind of trudge through all this really bad stuff happening in the economy. But again, you're going to see, Eastern Africa, Middle East, there's going to be some problems over there. And how do we fix this? Not my job, but it seems like it's becoming harder and harder, and I haven't seen many solutions. The one thing you have been seeing here, guys, one last thing about the famine. Famine, banned exports, maybe? I think that might be a good keywords. This happened May 26th, so this was a couple weeks ago. But countries are limiting food exports. It may make global hunger worse. Countries, countries are going to focus more on their constituents and their own people first before caring about other people in the world. That's just the way the world's worked for ever almost, right? So let's see. So I guess India's stopping wheat exports. I don't know anything else over here. Serbia, Kazakhstan, Kosovo, Egypt have restricted wheat exports this year, and other countries have restricted exports from sugar to vegetable oil to maize. Right? So it's starting right now. Countries are preparing for it. We'll have to see how bad things get this summer. But so far, guys, depending on where you live, you see stock shelves or you don't. Right now, over here towards Seattle, Tacoma area, for the most part, everything's stocked. But just in case, I have like 100 pounds of rice at my house in case anything really got that bad. And I love rice. So that's why I'm really, but you guys get the point. We're not bad yet. We can get much worse, but there's still time to turn this ship around. We just have to have faith that Jerome Powell and Joe Biden can do the job and get things done. Now, I know a lot of you guys are saying there's no chance. I'm choosing to have some hope here. I'm not going to be a cynic 100% of the time. I'm really choosing to believe that they can try to they can get this done. I'm going to try to believe it. We'll have to come back around this a little bit later to see how this all pans out. Uh, And that's right, homeboy. Drunk stream and drunk chat would be funny. Oh my gosh. I haven't gotten drunk on chat for a long time. I don't even think I have any wine over. Actually, I do have like 4 bottles of wine up there on the wall. Then I have like another 5 over there. So I do have a lot of wine. Maybe I'll do that next Friday. But remember, guys, I cannot drink in front of you guys. I would have to do this, take a sip, and do that. I thought I might have a. I used to have a little dab pen somewhere here, or whatever, weed pen, but I don't know where it went. Um, nope, no idea where it's at. Nope, I had it somewhere. Um, the last time I think I was high on stream is when I sold my Dogecoin for 50 cents and I made a bunch of money and I was like, Yahoo! And I was excited for everybody to say, Michael, you made so much money when because I bought Dogecoin at 0.0024 and I sold it for like 50 cents and I was like, oh, well, half of 50 cents. I was like, yeah, I'm making a lot of money, guys. And everybody was like, no, you sold, you're a traitor. And I was like, I didn't say it, but I was like, damn, F you guys. Because, thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars I made that night. And I was like, oh, people would be happy I made money. They're like, no, dude, it's going to keep on going to a dollar. It's going to keep on going to a dollar. And I was like, okay. I was going to scale out like 70 cents, 80 cents. No. My next selling price was 80 cents, but I never reached 80 cents. I was pretty disappointed there. Let's see. And hey, Al, what can we expect if it breaks down? You can expect a few different support levels here. The first one is going to be, while we kind of wait this out, right here. The first one you're going to see is a support level around 20,146, and then below that 19,973. If I make this out to the daily chart, assuming this is a 4-hour chart, let's go daily. You'll see this Ganfin level right here. Those are the supports we just talked about. That's what you're going to be looking at if we break down over the next few hours. So support around 20,000 and 19,700 level. After that, which other Ganfin levels do we look at? Excuse me. After that, since we already broke down below this Ganfin level here and this Fibonacci level, drink, you're going to be looking at a support level of 18,939, 18,839. And then last of all, I think we have a support level down here. Do I have it on this chart? Fibonacci levels of 17,230, 16,000. But before that, you would have a Fibonacci level, I believe, at... Oh, no, this one is all the way down here at 17,656. So those are a few levels that you could be looking at right now. We do have a level of support, though, right around $20,000 at this point in time. If we break below that, $17,000 over the next few days. Unless we can pivot off of a pivot point. Also called a Fibonacci level. Back over here, though. Let's go back to the 1. There we go. Wait this out a little bit. Guys, we're consolidating a little bit. It's not terrible, but at least we're consolidating here. We're trying to make a reversal. Let's see if there's been any whale moves over the last few minutes. Not in the last hour when we had 4.23 million Bitcoin bought up. We haven't seen too much stuff going up here. Or excuse me, $4.2 million worth of Bitcoin bought up here. Let's see. And hello, Scratcher. Why are crypto's tanking again? Shorts came in here and they're pretty much selling more than anybody else is buying. I think somebody just told you guys that right there. But yeah, not any really bad news coming out. If that's what you're asking, it's mostly that shorts tried to take Bitcoin down. We did go down to a new low for the week here. That's big news because it will make it easier for us to break down below that level again. But then we had about $12 million worth of Bitcoin being bought up, and then now we're seeing the effects of that. We're going to see if we can go to back up here to $22,000 or so, or if we're just going to stay over here, consolidate for a little bit longer, then eventually fall back down. So we got a couple options here. We definitely look more bearish than bullish right now, but at least we're not continuing. At least after this point, we didn't keep on crashing down. That's somewhat optimistic. Hey Brian, thoughts on Polygon? Oh hey David, happy to see you back. Thoughts on Polygon? Um, I like it for a long term hold. It had a very, very good altcoin season this time. I think we're going to have another very, very good altcoin season. And I like Matic as well because it really is around a good price point. Not from a market cap perspective, which it also has, but the fact that it's like under $5, I really do like those coins that are really cheaper. People seem to like if people can buy a lot of the coins, it usually does better than if they can only buy like half a coin, a few percent of a coin, something like that, right? So that's why you see people like latch onto those coins that are really cheap and they say, hey, this coin will reach a penny, this coin will reach $10, this coin will reach $100, whatever it may be. They can kind of visualize a larger move if the coin is very, very cheap. So they can kind of say, hey, if I have 1,000 Dogecoin and a Dogecoin hits $1, I now have $1,000. They can easily kind of get that in their mind, and that makes it more likely that they're actually going to buy and invest in that specific coin going forward. And hey, Simon, thank you very, very much for the super chat, man. I really do appreciate it. I'm buying heavily into a few micro caps over the next few months. Thoughts on this? Respect to you, brother. You're making quality content. I appreciate that, Simon. Thank you very much. So yeah, I highly encourage you to encourage everybody to kind of go for some of those really, really small crypto. The thing you have to understand is it's not going to take a lot of money in those coins to make you a lot of money. So for me, if I was going to the very, very small, like under 10 million, under $100 million market cap coins, you only have to really pony up anywhere from $10 to $50. And if it's really, really cheap, like, under $50 million, or maybe you're just under $10 million, you could just do $20 or $5 if you really wanted to, because if it goes up so much, you're going to be just fine. And then one of the things I do is I have a list of all the coins I buy, and I will check on them every now and again. And if they're still surviving and they're still kind of going sideways, you know what? That $10, I'll maybe add another $10 to it. Maybe I'll add another $10 after that as well. So you can kind of grow the position there, because with me, I bought my Dogecoin at 0.0024 and I spent like $200 on it. That was specifically because it was on Robinhood and I knew Robinhood had great exposure. However, you can kind of go with those same concepts. If you see that one of your coins that you did a micro cap on or micro cap buy, if you see it all of a sudden it hopped up on Webull or Robinhood and it has a little bit of a jump and you made it, a few 100% or whatever, I would still be buying more because during the next altcoin season, since it has such a low market cap, there's a great chance of it going sky high. Now, personally, I like coins that are under a penny when they're on those type of exchanges with low market caps, but it'll still work out. Even Compound had a really big run up too. So it's not specific to low cost coins, but they just seem to outperform those coins that are hundreds of dollars when they're just like pennies. Because everybody's like, I have a million SHIB. If SHIB gets to $1, I'm a millionaire. That's the concept you see a lot of times. Oh, it's right here. Hold on one second here. Hey, fat brother, happy to see you back, guys. It's a program thing. Oh, okay, whatever. I like the bots too. Uh, Let's see. And hey, Mr. Judge, I think somebody was just saying that very fast. Oh, yeah, there you are, Judge. It was you that said it up here. Folks are still hiring entry level at $25 an hour, Michael. I'm not seeing the unemployment. No. The jobs market is still strong. That's why Jerome Powell can do the 75-point basis hike. It's just that there are being layoffs, and layoffs do matter because, how do I say this? I agree with you. A lot of dead weight is out there. A lot of people have not been working the full hours and stuff like that, and corporations have been cutting those people back. It's more that, how do you say this? If people feel like a recession is coming, they're going to stop spending as much. Now that will help inflation, but then it'll trickle down to the jobs where people would be spending their money at, like going to a restaurant, going to the movies, stuff like that. That's where you start to see it trickle down. So I'm not saying we're there and everything's bad. I'm saying you're starting to see the signs that are going to freak people out that will cause stuff to go down even more. I don't know how the. I wonder how inflation. I wonder how unemployment is doing in other countries. Because Bitcoin's doing okay right now, guys. Around the world here. Let's just go to news. Let's go over here. Let's go to past 24 hours. Okay, nothing really there so far. Oh, let's see. No. Okay. I'll try to figure it out later. Oh, and hey, Crypto Daddy, I appreciate it. Thank you very much for subscribing, guys. I really do appreciate that. My goal is to get to like 60,000 subscribers over the next few months. It's going to be hard since crypto is obviously very, very slow, but I'm going to be expanding into options more and talking more about the stock market too. Let's see. U.S. has a lot of gas, me especially. Oh, man. And hey, Patrick, why grovel at the Saudis than drilling at home? Um, it's politics, right? So Joe Biden is stuck between a rock and a hard place because of the rhetoric he kind of said during the election, right? He said, I'm going to make MBS, the Saudis, a pariah on the world stage. On the other hand, he says oil executives are pure evil. He hates them. They're stealing money from the working class and they're making record profits, and that's a bad thing. So we shouldn't help them make even more money, right? So those are the two positions he said. Well, those are the two ways we lower gas prices, one or the other, or hopefully, if he was really smart, he could, change his perception. Both are worth doing, right? So what I would do first if I was Biden is go over there, grovel if you have to for the American people, because apparently, guys, there are not a lot, but there are people that cannot afford to go to work right now because gas is so high. A lot of like blue collar work, usually electricians who are traveling very far and stuff like that. It's kind of getting more and more expensive, especially a lot of people are driving trucks when they have those types of jobs. So get them to do like at least 1 million barrels per day more, and then get that oil across the world so we're not selling our oil over around the world. Okay. Next, go over to Exxon, Chevron, anybody that's pumping out oil, and say, hey buddy, hey pal, I know we haven't been getting along very well, but guess what? Do I have a deal for you? It's a deal you cannot refuse. I want you guys to be pumping way more oil. We're gonna give you a whole bunch of perks. I'm gonna pass some type of bill that says we're not gonna stop you from pumping oil until such and such a date, whatever it may be. And then from there, we're also going to help you. We're going to give you the funds to build not one, but two new refineries to turn all of that new oil into gasoline that goes into, planes, vehicles, whatever. We're going to help you out there as well, ships, right? And then that'll take some time to do. Of course, I understand that. However, it'll be great. Can you imagine if we go into a recession and everybody has cheap gas? That'll just make everybody's lives a lot better, because if we are going into recession and inflation is still very, very bad come September, that's when everybody starts sending their kids back to school. And then you're going to have all these stories before the election. Oh my gosh, I can't afford to take my little kid to school. That'll be very, very bad for him. So he needs to think in his self-interest, but I don't know who his political staff is, right? Whoever is kind of guiding him throughout this and giving him his political decisions is not really doing a good job. It's okay to go against what you said in your campaigns, especially if you can make a practical case to say, hey, everybody, this is going to help you. Now, I'm just talking like a person that has a political science degree. I have like a political science minor. But from a practical standpoint, I think there's some logic to what I said. Now, I know his base is not going to like either one because one is bad for the environment with oil corporations. The other one is bad also with his base because he said that he wants to make him a pariah because they killed a journalist a couple years back, right? I think it was like 2018, 19, something like that. So, there's so much going on, but that's why he would rather go over to the Saudis instead of just talking with the oil guys over here in America. It is what it is. It is. Nothing we can really do about this point. We just have to hope that he can have a change of heart, and maybe he can. Right? Maybe he can. Uh, if you guys get a random call on the phone that says, "Hey, we're from a polling agency. What do you think about Joe Biden going over to the oil executives and asking them for help?" You better lie if you better say whatever it takes to say, hey, I would love that to happen. I would love it. That way that message will be passed on to Joe Biden. He'll say, hey, let's go over and talk to the oil guys. That would work out pretty well, guys. But again, I'm just some random guy. Who knows if that would really work? But that would be my plan going forward if I was advising Joe Biden. It's right here. And hey, Fat Butter, anything on whale number 3? Whale number 3 has been buying up crypto. So let me go over here, exit that, exit there. That should be fine for now. Oh. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second, too. Um, that is interesting. I didn't think that was kind of surprising. So he's been buying up some crypto. There you go. He sold some a day before the crash happened, the person normally does, and then so far they bought up 425 Bitcoin yesterday, and today they bought up another 488 Bitcoin. So they've been busy buying, buying, buying. You can see as the price goes down, the amount of Bitcoin they hold continues to go up, and that gives me a lot of solid belief that guess what, they're going to continue to make more and more. Bitcoin will go up in the future. This person is going, it's so heavy in Bitcoin. I would love to see if Bitcoin ever went to zero, and it never will, in my opinion. But if it ever did, I would want to figure out who is that guy and how many taxes would he ever have to pay taxes again after all those losses. Oh man. Uh, see. Hey Justin, what is the best energy stock to buy? I mean, if you want something that's tried and true, Exxon is usually the best one. ZOM, XOM. That's what I have a lot of money in over the past few months. I've been building into that position for a while. Um, I took some money off the table though a few days ago. But ZOM is usually a pretty standard one. What's right here? Oh, and hey Simon, thank you again for the super chat, man. I really appreciate it. How long do you think we have until we see all-time highs again? All-time highs for Bitcoin, because there'll be a lot of coins that have all-time highs before, then kind of going off on these random pops every now and again. Um, Probably 2024, next halving. Um, I think before then, Bitcoin can get back up to like 45,000, maybe even 50,000. So we can have a nice ride, and we can make a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but for all-time highs, they usually come at the halvings, where Bitcoin miners they're not allowed to mine as much, or you know what I mean. So probably 2024, 2024. Until then, we'll have tons of money making opportunities, but it might be something more of a rally we experienced back over there in 2019. So if I were to just zoom out here very fast, what's the best one to do? Probably this one. Go back to the weekly chart. You see on this rally, we came down low, we had a really big rocket chip right here, really big rocket chip. Came down here, we had a really big move. Altcoins had a really big move as well. I think that's what we might be looking at. And then after that, we might have a dip back down a little bit. I don't think we would necessarily have a larger crash. This crash was caused by COVID, not by the traditional Bitcoin cycle. And then from there, we just continue grinding back over time. But after we have this initial pump, we're going to be bleeding out for a little bit. This will be pretty much the big shakeout before the next big move. And so that means, by the end of this year, we may be consolidating, doing a whole bunch of cool stuff. By the end of the year, we might be starting to peak back up here. Middle of 2023, we're looking really, really good. But then for like the last end of 2023, we could just be dying back down before ultimately making a monster surge back up to like $100,000 for Bitcoin or something like that in 2024, right? So if I was to put a really rough guess on it, that's how I would assume we're going to be going on. I don't think we're necessarily just going to go, from a crash and just like a big old U and have some really rocket or big highs. I do think, though, whenever we do eventually have that big move, however long it takes, it will be fueled a lot by all these new institutional investors buying into the market. There is a lot more big money buying in right now than you guys understand. And even though they're taking losses, they're still holding on to those positions for the long term because they, of course, the banks and institutions, they have plenty of money. They can waste their money on stuff like this if they want to. So that's going to be big going forward. That's going to be very, very big going forward. Let's go back over here. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Alrighty. And hey, Ken, nostalgic late night stream. There we go. Let me make sure I'm missing anything here. Oh, and hey, Bogdan. Elon tweeted tonight. Let me see what he said. The good old Elon. No, Elon. Elon Musk. Fertility slump. Uh-oh. Crypto tonight or crypto night. Exactly what the doctor ordered full send. Maybe Elon's the guy that bought up crypto at the very, very bottom and just wasted, $12 million. Could have been him. For real, no cap. Let me see over here very fast. Let me go up to Elon. Let me go to tweets and replies. True. Stocks, cryptocurrency, real estate. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, real estate market's about to get crushed, but it needs to be crushed. But you promise, can I have a cheeseburger? Oh man. But you know, so at least so far tonight, guys, we look like we found a little bit of a bottom. We got to be patient here. At least we're gonna. Well, we'll see if we can get above the Fibonacci level here. If not, we're gonna get rejected by it. Let's see. And hey, Mr. Judgment, better bust out a bottle. I'll have a sip of Jameson with you. Oh gosh, I don't even have any hard. I do have hard liquor, just upstairs. I have some Maker's Mark. That's what I have upstairs, and I think I have some expensive like $150 bottle of wine that's too sweet. Not wine. It's a $150 bottle of whiskey. It's just way too sweet. Enigma. Let me see. Is it whiskey or scotch or something like that? Yeah, it's this stuff. Total Wine and More. Oh, Glenlivet. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah, it's so nasty. Uh, it's just so sweet. Um, let's see. And hey, bro, science puts on lumber. Um, Yes, but only because I'd be doing puts on everything else. I understand the housing market would be going down as well. For me, yes, puts on lumber would work out probably like 2 to 3 months out expiration, pretty far out. If you can get a cheaper strike, that'd be nice. Well, excuse me, cheaper option, that'd be nice. But I did some puts on lumber, but that was coming out of the big squeeze that the lumber market had, where the lumber market was very overinflated with price. So I think there's still money to be made, but not because we're coming out of like instability of price. It'd be more because there's going to be less homes being built, and there's going to be less what do you call them, contractors out there buying lumber at Home Depot, because there's going to be less jobs out there for them to be buying the lumber for, because everybody's going to be more worried about what's going on here. And we just managed to break out above the Fibonacci level here as well, guys. That's some good news that we can be excited about. And hey, Maris, oh, I thought the announcement was today for the interest rate. It is. It's 2:30 p.m. Eastern time today, which is Wednesday. 2:30 p.m. Eastern time Wednesday. Now, it's 12 o'clock my time, so yes, it is officially Wednesday my time. So it's going to be in 12 hours and 30 minutes. 12 hours and 30 minutes Eastern time. Or no. It'll be 9 hours and 30 minutes because I'm on the Pacific coast. Yeah, so it's coming pretty soon. I would watch CNBC, Fox Business. Those are both good networks that you should be watching this. You could watch it on there. And hey, Courtney, how low do you think Bitcoin will go? Right now, since we've kind of found a little bit of support, but we're still looking pretty bearish over the next few months as we await the possibility of a recession, I would say anywhere from $16,000 to $14,000. If we're lucky, maybe we just go as low as $17,000. If you guys want a reason to buy, if you guys feel like, how to say this, if you guys wait too long and you guys miss any perceived bottom, whenever it may be, I would wait. A good way to know that we're heading back up on a serious note, getting back into more of not a full on bull market, but getting done with the bear market, it would be if we broke down, we broke back above that 200 weekly moving average that we talked about a few days ago. That would be the big signal that hey, things are turning around. Otherwise, I'm buying a little bit now, a little bit tomorrow, a little bit the day after that, and I'm just buying, and until my strategy, ends up paying off, and we end up starting to have a little bit of a reversal going forward. And hey, Blake, what's going on with Chainlink? Uh, Nothing. It doesn't seem like Chainlink's doing anything of crazy right now. I'm looking at it, it's like 5% down, like most other coins. It had a little bit more of an extended rally. I took a short on it over here, then I ended up selling the short somewhere over here with Bitcoin going down. But nothing too crazy right now. It just has some volatility. There's a lot of people that want to day trade it right now because it did have a nice spike over here. So usually when a coin is working out for you guys would normally stick to that coin and trade it even more. All the people that made all this really good money on this little bit of a rally, they're trying to do something similar here and make some money on this rally as well. And so far it came up a little bit more, but you can see with Bitcoin coming down over the last few hours, even Link has been coming down as well. I haven't seen anything too crazy here over the past few days. We got a support level right there, yeah. But just like a lot of other coins, it is reaching some lows here. Still getting rejected by the Fibonacci level? Man, I thought we had some hope here, guys, and no. We'll see. We also got the 20 moving average and the 15. There's a little bit of optimism there. We didn't have too big of a drop, though. And hey, D's, buy a property real soon when it crashes, Mike. Yeah, I'm thinking of, well, see, I'm going to be looking to buy a property in Nicaragua. So I'm going to be looking to see if I can buy a lot for cheap and just pay for it in cash off of some profits I made over the past few weeks here. I'll have to figure out how to do that though, because I'll be looking to build a house on it in the future. But if I can buy the land right now instead of buying it, next year when I move to Nicaragua, maybe I'll be able to get a nice little deal there with it. Let's see. And Hades, you could buy cheap wine but still taste like $50. It's however hard to find. Most of my wine, I don't buy expensive wine. I mean, I have, but I normally don't. The wine I buy is like $20 or something like that. Maybe $25, $30 dollar wine. I don't feel like I need really fancy wine. Wine is wine. I like it a lot. I like what I like and I don't like what I don't like. If I don't like whatever wine I get, I just give it away to somebody else who will like it. Like I have friends who just get tons of free wine after I've had a glass of it, and they're like, "Hey, I don't like this. Do you want it?" And they're like, "Yeah," because they don't care about the wine. So, I get like 4 bottles of wine every month, and I usually will drink about one or two of them. The other two kind of get saved up until I go through a wine binge, and then I'm drinking like a bottle of wine like every 2 nights, and it just goes go 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 go. But that's usually when I'm really stressed out about something, and it's like, okay, this will put me to sleep, and I turn into like an alcoholic for like a week, and then I'm like, okay, no more wine for a month, and then I wait a month before drinking wine, and then I just start going back to the normal sipping, and then maybe about like 5 months later, I think it's been that way since like college. Like I haven't had a glass of wine in like the last 2 months. I haven't had a good wine binge in like the past 5 months. I do need to go to my store and pick up my wine. I have a box of wine waiting for me because I haven't picked it up in a minute. Um, but yeah, so I have good wine. I have to have a reason to drink it. Same with scotch and stuff like that. I have to have a reason. Otherwise, since I'm dieting right now, I'm like water, and I've lost like 20 pounds over the last 2 months. So I'm working on it. But at the same time, gosh darn it, eating healthy sucks. Exercise sucks. And I sit at the computer all day, so I have to like besides sitting at the computer, I have to be always moving around, which is why you guys don't see this because the camera is kind of always pointing at me right here. But after the stream, I will literally move my desk up, right? Um, so I'm standing up all the time while I'm playing video games and everything like that. Best investment ever, though. Having a raising desk cost me a freaking fortune, but oh my gosh, it is so fun. But yeah, and as I get healthier and stuff, I get more energy, so I can go out and do more stuff, and so forth. Wales want that 19K. I mean, it looks like it right now, but at least we have that support level right around here to try to help us out. But if we start cracking below these levels, you bet we're going to see some bad stuff here. And Hades, you could always pay in cash. I don't know how the bank in Nicaragua, but there should be a national bank with premier service normally for people who have money. That's what I'm thinking about. I would be paying in cash. I wouldn't be taking a loan out for a lot here. I wouldn't be taking a loan out for a lot. Yeah. Huh? I was going to pet your head. No? Hold my hand? Hold my hand? Hold my hand? Hold my hand? Okay, I'm sorry. I saw I tease you. Yeah. It's way past his bedtime. Actually, that's probably why he's over here. He's like wondering why I'm not in bed. You got the hiccups? Yeah? Okay. Good boy. All right. You got the hiccups. Oh no. I'm gonna give him a little scratch. He hates having the hiccups. I'm sorry. Yeah, there you go. All right, he lost the hiccups. He's good. All right, you're a good boy. Okay, pat on the butt. Pat, 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 pat. Um, let's see. And hey, can I had to give up alcohol? Give me bad gout. Ooh, yeah, that's worth giving up alcohol. One of my best friends, he doesn't drink any booze whatsoever. He doesn't get high. He doesn't do anything. He gets high on life. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. I get high and I drink. It's the struggles of struggles of life. Man. Um, I probably do need to get some melatonin though. Again, melatonin helps me get to bed at the right time. Uh, and hey, D's, I stop as well, but I always love watching Tipsy Bartender. You get some some love, homeboy. There you go. And hey, D's, yes, I just summoned Loki. He's chasing his tail and running around in circles right now. 11 life. He saw me talking about him, so he decided to put his head on my leg. Boop, boop, boop. But yeah, he's had a pretty good day. I just fed him some dinner here since he was like, I want some extra dinner. There you go. This dog exercises so freaking much though. He always wants to be outside. No, you can't go over there. No, no. If I just look the other way and put my arm in the way, he won't even. He'll come over to this side. There you go. Oh, you can see his tail kind of wandering around in the back. No, 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 no. All right. What do you guys? Let's see over here. But so far, guys, we're making a little bit of a move up, so I don't see too much disaster here. Maybe at least until we go to bed over the next few hours. But it looks like things has really calmed down. Let me see if I can find anything going on online here. Whale trades. Last hour, nothing really new as far as whales. If you want to have a little bit of an update on how the market's doing, here we go, because it's not too good. Last 24 hours, Bitcoin is down 5%. Ethereum is down about 7.5%. BNB is down about 5.5%. ADA is about 5.5%. XRP is only down 3%. Solana is down 7%, a little bit more than other things. Polkadot only down 2%. That's not bad. Doge is down about 7.5%, a little bit worse than some stuff. Raptor Bitcoin down 5. Tron down 18. That's a big one right there, guys. Tron's down about 18. AVAX is down 8. Shiba's down 5. And, we'll kind of just scroll down here slowly so you guys can see what's going on. I see a lot of 6s, 7s, 5s, 4s, not too much besides 10. Sandbox is down 10, but not really too much going down here, guys. I don't see too much carnage. And this is in the last 24 hours, so not the worst thing in the world. You see stuff like OKB, at least up a little bit here. Last 30 days, some coins up a little bit more. Basic Attention Token is up a few percent. Kusuma's up a few percent. Gemini dollars, dollar. There we go. So, as I'm looking at this, bad, not terrible. Kyber Network Crystal 2. What's at number 101 right now? Moonbeam is down 8%. So, we may be seeing some shifts to the guard here towards the bottom of CoinMarketCap on the top 100. You may start to see some new coins going out here. It looks like Bitcoin wants to pop above this 20 moving average on the 15-minute chart here. There we go. Alrighty. Make sure everything's fine. Yeah, but for now, guys, I think everything's fine. I'm going to hop off for the night, get some sleep, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe this Friday, guys. I know most of you guys will be out and having fun, but maybe I'll go live from like 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock. I do enjoy these later night streams. Everybody just seems much more chill, and there's not as much panic as you see during the more daylight hours where people are really freaking out about every little thing. So as Bitcoin continues to consolidate here, you want to hope that we can bounce above one of these Fibonacci levels here. That top one right there on the left-hand side of your screen. That's what you're going to be hoping for. I think we can do it. But going forward, guys, if I wake up and the price of Bitcoin is down a lot more, it's like at $20,000, I won't be surprised. So be very, very careful if you guys are looking to trade right now. If you guys do want to trade over the next few hours, I would encourage you guys to I don't know if you guys have different monitors, multiple monitors here, but have a few side Bitcoin charts on your screen, maybe in a 4 quadrant here on one screen, and then be doing some other work. And then whenever you see a breakdown of a pattern, particularly maybe one that's been consolidating for a few hours here, then you can be more confident of trading it. But right now, we're kind of going up a little bit. The pattern you guys are looking for right now, I mean, there's not really much to work off of. But I'm looking on this 15-minute chart. We want to stay above that line in the short term here, right? We may even dip down below it just to continue bouncing back off. But there's not really too many patterns here which are going to make you guys excited about trading. The last pattern we just had about the breakdown was right over here. That one ended up being okay. Nice solid breakdown. And the one before that was right over here. A nice solid breakdown as well. You're only going to be in these trades for probably about an hour or two. So just be careful how long you guys have been here. And hey, Robert, I'm going to be streaming tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time. That's my normal time. And then also tomorrow, expect me to go live if the Federal Reserve meeting announcement is at 11:30. I'll most likely go live around 10:30 to 11. So about a full hour to a half an hour before the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell makes his remarks to the world, whatever, the United States. And then we'll be listening to his press conference with the media going forward, okay? But guys, keep a close eye on this. It doesn't look particularly good. We want to see if we can get above this Fibonacci level, and right now it just seems like it really is a struggle here. We're going to need whales to come in here again like they just did a few minutes ago, about an hour ago now, to push the price back up here, okay? That's what we need going forward, and everybody have a very, very good rest of your night. But be patient if you guys are trading right now, unless you guys want to do whatever you want to do. That's perfectly fine by me as well, but be careful in this current environment. It is going to be a little bit more tricky, okay? Thanks, everybody, and have a great rest of your night. And make sure, guys, if you want to support the channel, find some of my random videos to watch, and then, maybe watch them once or twice if you can. I'm trying to get my channels, my views up with YouTube, so the more people watch my content from beginning to end,